Doctors across North America are issuing an urgent warning about a very common, deeply comfortable habit you might be doing every single night that is quietly, invisibly affecting your heart, your brain, and your blood pressure after age 60. And the truly terrifying part, millions of seniors do this every single night, completely, without realizing the danger. They fluff their pillows, they pull up their blankets, and they think they are giving their body the deep rest it desperately needs to heal. But in reality, they are putting their cardiovascular system and their spine through a silent 7-hour crisis. Tonight, we are stripping away the myths to uncover the absolute worst sleeping position for seniors and exactly what it is doing to your brain's oxygen levels while you sleep. I urge you to turn off all distractions and stay with me for the next few minutes, because by the end of this short breakdown, you are going to discover the exact hidden mistakes many seniors make the moment their eyes close. You will learn the silent daytime warning signs your body is screaming at you right now, the hidden truth behind why your current favorite sleeping position might be actively draining your longevity, and most importantly, I will share 3 simple, effortless pillow adjustments that may help you wake up with boundless, youthful energy starting tonight. Before we look at the anatomy, let me ask you a few deeply honest questions, and I want you to answer them truthfully to yourself. Do you often wake up in the morning feeling completely drained and foggy, even though you were technically in bed for 7 or 8 full hours? Do you feel a stubborn, deep stiffness in your lower spine, or a sharp, localized ache in your neck the very second your feet hit the floor? Maybe you find yourself waking up in the dead of night, suddenly gasping for a deep breath of air, or feeling like your heart is racing rapidly for absolutely no reason at all. Do you find yourself feeling heavier, older, and more exhausted during the day than you did just 2 or 3 years ago? My friend, if you answered yes to even one of those questions, please listen to me carefully. You are not alone. And more importantly, this is not just part of growing older. It isn't a flaw in your genetics. It could simply be a direct consequence of how you laid your body down on that mattress last night. And here is the critical lesson I need you to understand right now. The human body, after the age of 60, no longer possesses the structural resilience to repair spinal misalignment caused by 8 hours of forced toxic posture. As we age, our spinal discs naturally lose up to 30% of their water content. They become brittle, thin, and far more vulnerable to sustained compression. When you were younger, your body could bounce back from a night of poor sleeping posture. But after age 60, spending the night flat on your stomach or with your neck cranked by stacked pillows means you are actively bruising and suffocating the vital arteries feeding your brain and crushing your lumbar discs. It isn't rest. It is systematic physical wear and tear. This is the ultimate truth you must realize tonight. Protecting your sleep posture after age 60 is not just about getting a good night's sleep. It is about securing blood flow to your brain and stopping your daytime blood pressure from spiking out of control. To show you exactly how powerful this lesson is in real life, let's look at the case of an older gentleman named Robert who came into my clinic. Robert is 68 years old, a retired schoolteacher from Ohio, and he sat down looking completely defeated. He leaned forward and said, "Dr. Ken, I feel like my body is finally giving up on me. My lower back hurts so badly every morning I can barely bend down to tie my shoes. And my wife says I've recently started snoring like a freight train." Robert genuinely believed this was just the harsh, unavoidable reality of growing older. He had accepted the daily pain. He was ready to live the rest of his life exhausted. But what surprised him, what completely turned his health around and restored his vigor within a single week, was something entirely different. We didn't prescribe him a new medication. We didn't send him to an expensive physical therapist. We simply changed how he positioned his body in his bed. As someone who has dedicated years to analyzing and sharing vital health data with older adults, I see Robert's exact scenario play out far more often than people realize. Millions of independent seniors are fighting a losing battle against chronic pain, daytime fatigue, and foggy thinking, completely unaware that the battle is actually being lost in the dark during the hours of midnight and 6 a.m. What has absolutely shocked many neurological and cardiovascular experts in recent clinical studies is that some adults spend years and thousands of hard-earned dollars treating chronic daytime symptoms like stubborn high blood pressure, brain fog, and severe acid reflux without ever realizing the real problem begins every single night while they sleep. They are forcing their aging bodies into a specific position that cuts off optimal blood flow to the brain, starves the heart of effortless oxygenation, and strains the delicate framework of the spine for 8 hours straight. Let's look at the absolute worst offender right now. The absolute worst, most dangerous sleeping position for seniors over the age of 60 is sleeping flat on your stomach. Let's break down the mechanical destruction happening here. When you sleep on your stomach, it is anatomically impossible to breathe straight down into your pillow. Therefore, you are forced to twist your head and neck completely to one side for 7 to 8 hours straight. This severely twists your cervical spine, constricting the delicate vertebral arteries that pump oxygen-rich blood directly from your heart into your brain. Furthermore, because your abdomen sinks into the mattress, it unnaturally flattens the deep curve of your lower back, causing intense, unrelenting compressed pressure on your lumbar discs. The consequence? You wake up with chronic neck stiffness, tension headaches that ruin your concentration, and debilitating lower back stiffness that destroys your morning mobility. The immediate solution: if you are a lifelong stomach sleeper, we must transition your body away from this habit tonight. Place a large, firm body pillow directly next to your torso to physically block your body from rolling over onto your belly. Now, many seniors tell me, "But Dr. Ken, I sleep safely on my back." True, back sleeping can be excellent, but millions make a critical secondary mistake, stacking 2 or 3 thick, fluffy pillows underneath their head. Look at what this does. It forces your chin down tightly toward your chest, locking your neck into an aggressive, unnatural C curve. This specific position partially collapses your airway, drastically increasing your risk of obstructive sleep apnea, severe snoring, and depriving your vital organs of essential oxygen all night long. You aren't resting, your body is choking. But the next mistake, regarding exactly how you position your shoulders and limbs, may be even more devastating for your long-term heart health. I want you to think of your body like a complex, highly efficient highway system. Your blood vessels are the open roads, and your spine is the structural foundation holding the highway up. When you sleep flat on your stomach, or with your neck severely bent by stacked pillows, it is exactly like putting a massive concrete construction roadblock right on the main highway leading to your brain. Your heart is forced to pump twice as hard against gravity and physical restriction just to keep basic oxygen flowing to your head. When this happens, your central nervous system panics. It responds by shooting your stress hormones, like cortisol and adrenaline, straight through the roof. You spend the entire night in a low-grade fight-or-flight emergency state, which is exactly why you wake up feeling completely exhausted. Before we move into the exact step-by-step solutions that will fix your sleep tonight, there is one vital thing many seniors completely overlook about sleeping on their left side versus their right side. Here are the 5 actionable clinical solutions you can implement the very moment you get into bed tonight. First, the optimized left side position. If you suffer from frequent acid reflux, indigestion, or heartburn, train yourself to sleep on your left side. Anatomically, the left side orientation keeps the stomach junction safely below the esophagus, preventing burning gastric acid from escaping into your throat. Second, the longevity pillow trick. This is an absolute game changer for your skeletal health. Place a small, firm pillow directly between your knees when sleeping on your side. This instantly aligns your hips, keeps your pelvis neutral, and takes up to 80% of the mechanical pressure off your lower spine. Third, The low contour head support. Ditch the giant stacked pillows. Swap them for a low orthopedic contour memory foam pillow. This maintains your neck perfectly parallel to the mattress, opening your airway completely. Fourth, the under-knee anchor. If you're a strict back sleeper and cannot sleep on your side, place a medium-sized pillow directly underneath your knees. This slight elevation allows your lower back to flatten safely against the bed, eliminating overnight lumbar strain. And fifth, the 2-minute nighttime routine reset. Before your head even hits the fabric, spend exactly 2 minutes doing very slow, gentle neck turns and shoulder rolls. This releases the accumulated tension of the day and prepares your muscles for structural alignment. Many people assume that waking up sore, stiff, and groggy is simply a tax we are forced to pay for the privilege of aging. But please hear me on this. Over time, ignoring a toxic sleeping position does far more than cause structural aches. It chronically disrupts your deep REM sleep cycles. It depletes your daytime cognitive energy, accelerates age-related memory loss, impairs your daily focus, elevates your resting blood pressure, and ultimately robs you of your independent quality of life during your hard-earned golden years. But there is immense hope. One of our wonderful community viewers, a 71-year-old grandmother named Margaret from up in Toronto, Canada, recently shared her beautiful journey with us in our comments section. Margaret had suffered from chronic morning fatigue, severe brain fog, and a nagging hip ache for over 5 long years. She truly thought she was just getting old, but after watching our breakdown, she made a quiet commitment to herself. She stopped stomach sleeping and tried the pillow between the knees trick. She wrote to me last week saying that after just 3 nights, she slept completely through the night without waking up once and woke up feeling like she had her 50-year-old body back. That is the true power of a small, consistent change. And right before we finish today, there is one quick 5-point morning self-assessment checklist I want you to remember for tomorrow. Ask yourself these 5 simple questions the moment you open your eyes tomorrow morning. Did I spend the night tossing, turning, and wrestling with my blankets? Is my neck tender or sore to the touch when I try to look at the clock? Do I feel a dull, tight ache in my lower back when sitting up? Am I waking up with a severely dry mouth or an irritated throat? And do I feel completely sluggish and drained before the clock even hits noon? My friends, if you answer yes to 3 or more of these questions, your sleeping position is actively working against you, and you need to pay closer attention to your posture tonight. Please remember, vibrant, joyful health after the age of 60 is never defined by sudden, massive, or overwhelming transformations. It is built quietly day by day through small, loving choices made consistently over time. Protecting your physical body while it rests, heals, and rejuvenates is one of the highest forms of self-care and self-respect you can practice. You deserve to live pain-free. You deserve to have the energy to play with your grandkids, walk through your neighborhood, and enjoy every single day of your golden years. Now, I want to turn it over to our incredible community. How old are you? What beautiful city or state are you watching this from? And what specific health or sleep challenge are you currently dealing with? Drop it in the comments below. Let's read each other's stories, share our collective wisdom, and support one another on this journey to true longevity. If this video brought value to your life or to someone you deeply care about, please hit that subscribe button and follow me, Dr. Ken. Together, we will continue to uncover honest, practical health information designed specifically for your golden years. Sleep well tonight, be incredibly kind to your body, and take care. Medical disclaimer. The information provided in this video is strictly for educational and informational purposes only. It does not constitute formal medical advice. Always consult with your primary physician or a qualified healthcare provider before making any changes to your sleep routines, health habits, or medical treatments.